Some employees work harder for 10 years and still never become leaders. Here is the disturbing reason why. Most people think career fails because of lack of talent. That is not true. Some of the smartest people in your company never get promoted, never get recognized, never becomes leader. Meanwhile, someone less talented keeps moving up. Why? Because in modern workplaces, invisible people don't get rewarded. And the scariest part, most professionals have no idea that they are invisible. There is a silent career crisis happening inside companies all over the world. People working harder than ever, answering emails late at night, talking on extra work, being dependable, being loyal, and still watching somebody else getting the promotion. Not because they are lazy, not because they are bad at their jobs, but because they are made one fatal mistake. They become operationally valuable instead of strategically visible. And today we are exposing exactly how to quietly destroy the mistakes. Imagine this. Two employees join the same company, same age, same experience, same salary. 5 years later, one becomes director and the other is still the reliable team member. What changed? Not intelligence, visibility. Most professionals believe this dangerous lie. If I work hard enough, leadership will notice. But corporations do not reward effort alone. They reward influence, strategic thinking, business impact, executive presence. And here is the brutal truth. Hard work often makes you easier to use, not easier to promote. The harder you work operationally, the more leadership keeps you exactly where you are because replacing you becomes inconvenient. That is the trap. And what happens next is even worse because most individual professionals think the solution is working even harder. The invisible professional look carefully at the high performers who stay stuck. They usually avoid speaking in meetings, focus only on tasks, never challenge ideas, never present business solutions, wait to be noticed. Meanwhile, leaders notice the people who solve expensive problems, influence teams, communicate clearly, connect work to business outcomes. Visibility is not arrogance, visibility is clarity. Leadership must clearly understand how you think, how you solve problems, and how you create business value. If they cannot explain your impact in one sentence, you are invisible. And visible professionals are getting promoted. But there are one hidden behavior that instantly changes how leadership sees you. Almost nobody does it. And once you understand this, you will never approach your career the same way again. The language shift. Most employees speak the language of tasks. Leadership speaks the language of outcomes. That difference changes careers. Average employee, I completed onboarding. Strategic employee says, I reduced onboarding time by 30%, improving the productivity. Average employee says employment engagement improved. Strategic employee says retention improved, reducing the replacement costs. Same work, different positioning. This is why some professionals sound powerful in executive meetings. They translate work into business value. And once leadership starts associating your name with outcomes, your visibility changes completely. That is true. The real position system. Here is something most companies never openly admit. Promotions often happen before the interview even starts. They happen in private leadership conversations. One executive says, "Who should lead this?" The other responds, "I already have someone in my hand." That person is rarely the quietest person. It is the person leadership remembers. The person associated with ideas, business impact, confidence, and visibility, leadership energy. That is why networking matters. Why executive presence matters. Why communication matters. Not because companies are unfair, but because leadership role requires visible leadership behaviors. The final reveal is the biggest career mistake isn't failure. It isn't failure, but it is invisibility. Thousands of talented professionals spend years waiting for recognition. With the louder, more strategic people move ahead. And by the time they realize what is happening, they have already lost years. But the moment you stop asking, "How can I work harder?" and start asking, "How can I create visible business impact?" everything changes. That is the moment career accelerates. So, here is the question: are you building value or building visibility? Because in modern careers, you need both. Comment below invisible or visible, and subscribe to the Corporate Leadership Academy if you want to grow faster, lead bigger, and earn more. Because the next promotion conversation may already be happening without you. So please subscribe to my channel to follow more HR insights. Thank you for watching video and have a nice time.